Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This is another installment of Artober 2024. This prompt is Creepy Crawly, and I did have a few ideas for this one, so you can see a little list at the top there. I do already have a sketch for the centipede. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do an illustration with all of them together until I started sketching, and I was like, okay, well, I gotta do them big enough for one page. Like, if it's too small, it's too hard to do with alcohol markers, and I wanted to use alcohol markers for most of these. So yeah, I guess I'm just sticking to this beautiful little beetle for the creepy crawly prompt. And then I think for the centipede, I think I'm gonna choose Venom as the next prompt, because I would really like to do the centipede. It might creep me out looking at the reference image for so long, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. But yeah, I do have the sketch and I do want to finish it. I would like to do a scorpion too as well though, so we'll see. I don't know what prompt I can think for that one though. Dangerous? Let me know what you think in the comments. If I were to draw a scorpion, what prompt would it be? I know usually it's like prompt first, drawing second, but I'm trying to be flexible, and even if I already know what I want to draw, fit the vibe of whatever prompt I choose. So yeah, I know this one, I wouldn't call it creepy, but like it is a crawly, right? I don't know, I think it's cute. I thought it was really beautiful with all the like iridescent colors. Yeah, I should have filmed a clip of my whole desk because it's so many colors. I don't even think I used all the ones that I took out. Some of them I used like for the tiniest spot. But yeah, I was really intimidated to start this one. I didn't know where to start. I was like, which color do I choose first? It's not like one area is blue, one area is purple. It's like there's a bunch of blue, purple, orange, pink, yellow in various different areas. So yeah, I just went for it, and I guess usually I do lights to darks, but I started by putting a dark color, which I think helped me out because it's easier to like put down a dark and blend out into another color with a light when you have so many different colors next to each other. So I don't know, I like how it turned out. I do wonder if I think the highlights look almost overboard on camera, but I swear that this paint marker that I'm using, which is a new one by Pilot that I bought last week, I swear in real life, like, you can make it opaque. You can make it really opaque by like the longer you hold down the nib, the more paint comes out. I think more easily than a Posca. But on camera, it just, even the areas where I did it relatively sheer, it looks really, really white. So, if I wanted to spend more time on it, I guess I could go over those areas with colored pencil to mute them a little, or like tone them down a bit, but I'll probably end up scanning this. I think this would be a cute sticker, just saying. So I'll probably end up scanning this and seeing how it looks, and then digitally I can tone down some of those highlights and maybe bring out more places where I couldn't quite with the colored pencils get it light enough. You'll see at the very end I go through with a whole bunch of different colored pencils and do a bunch of the dots, like the, you know, because they have sort of like a holy texture, like a bunch of little divots on their shells. So you'll see that in a bit. But at this point, I'm just laying down colors and putting down colors next to them, trying not to let them dry before I get a chance to blend, but it is drying. I don't know, like there are times where I was really hoping I could blend them more easily together, but they just kind of weren't, which on the one hand, that was kind of disappointing. If I were doing this digitally, it'd be so easy to just blend everything together. But on the other hand, when I paint with gouache, I don't do nearly as much blending, and I like the separation of colors. I think it, especially if you look from afar, I think it looks a lot more interesting. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. I definitely went in with some colored pencils at the end, with some similar colors to like the red area, where I was like, this isn't going into the blue as much as I want. I went in and softened it a bit with colored pencils, so it doesn't look as stark later. I also wasn't sure at this point when I was doing the legs how to do the legs. Like, I knew I needed the darkest color because in the reference image the legs are the darkest, minus the like round bits that catch light. But I kind of outlined it, and I didn't like that it looked like line art. Not that line art's bad, but that kind of was. I was going for like semi-stylized, and I didn't want it to look exactly like the reference image, but I didn't want it to look like I outlined it in marker. So also towards the end, I did go and blend a bit more, a little bit with colored pencils. I lifted some things, like some bits of the darkest color with just the blending marker, so like the plain alcohol blending marker, and I, surprisingly, that it looked good. I usually don't do that because I think it looks really bad, but I think I did it subtly enough that it actually looks good. So yeah, and then I did go in with like darker shades of orange to give more of a gradient, so it doesn't look so much like an outline, especially when I went in with the highlights, because the edges of the legs were catching a lot of light, basically. So I think it ended up looking a bit better by the end. So this is where I'm using that Pilot paint pen, which I do really like. The one thing in hindsight is this part right here. I kind of don't like the shape I ended up going for. It looks better zoomed out. Like, it looks fine, I think. I don't know, maybe I'm being too critical. It doesn't look organic enough to me. It looks like I scribbled, which, I mean, technically I did, but you know, I wasn't sure if colored pencil or marker would layer well on top of this, so I needed to keep some of that red, like the red dots, but I had to go around and sort of like make, you know what I mean, like leaving some red in. So I hope it looks alright. From this perspective it does. But yeah, this is where I started going in with colored pencils. So for most of the green and yellow edges, I went with sort of a darker green because of the occlusions around the edge, basically. You can't see a leaf here because I didn't bother to do a leaf. I didn't want to do a leaf because this might be a sticker. So yeah, I still wanted to bring in those occlusions somehow. Then I went in with a pretty dark purple just to define some of the places I didn't like where it kind of looked like marker line art. I tried out this light pink. You can't see it very much. And then I tried out that orange, and you can't see it very much, so I went in with a brown. And then I just tried to keep it darker, I guess. And then decided to grab a white pencil, but not my Holbein white because I didn't want it to look super white. But I thought it might lighten it up a bit, and it did. You can actually see this. So I just wish I had some lighter pencils that were more visible. But yeah, I think I got a lot of texture. And this is where I start blending out those sort of rough transitions. Some of them I wanted to keep. Some of them I just wanted a little smoother and softer to show that this is a relatively smooth shell minus the dots. And this is what we got. Here's our close-up. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully the next installment of Artober. Give this video a like if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!